Alrighty. Let's go. 1 second. There we go. It's a little bit off there. Alright, welcome guys. Let me just close things I don't need no more. I don't need that. Alright. No, I'll open these sprays in case I do need it. Excuse me. Every time I stream, I don't know why. My throat gets all crazy, man. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, welcome to another stream here. Or if you're watching this in the future, welcome to another video. Hope you guys will be doing great and wonderful on this day. Let's go. Let's get started. There's a brand new day, Monday, brand new day of the week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Cool. So what did we do last time? Oh, we did stream on Friday, right? I was doing some of the ocean thing, right? Yeah. Alright, so I did work on it a little bit over the weekend. And I did get the oceans to look how I want it to be. The oceans are done. The oceans are done. I got the cliffs working as well. Now I don't need that set cells connect anymore. So that is great. That no more, that reduces the lag that happens when you go to new chunks, right? So I don't need to do this. So I don't need to call the set cells connect anymore every time a new chunk is loaded in. So now it just gets rendered normally like the other tiles do without calling that function. And we got these. The only thing I need to do with these the cliffs is to add the dungeon entrance in certain cliffs. So I need to add that back. And also, as you can see, the generation is pretty bare. There's nothing happening here anymore. There's just grass and dirt and then the pond and all of that, right? So, and the reason for that was because, as I mentioned before, I started working on the ocean, or maybe it was when I mentioned it at the same time, I don't remember, but I reworked the entire procedural generation for this, and it's actually in a really good spot right now. So I'm very excited. I still need to do maybe some minor tweaks on it, but as of right now, it's in a good spot because the land looks good. I actually have the cliffs working on top of that, and now I have oceans working as well, which I'm very excited about. But as I mentioned, it's pretty bare, so I need to bring back all the trees and the rocks and all of that stuff that I was initially in my procedure generation in my previous one. So I need to bring all that stuff back, and I guess we can start working on that today. We can start working on it. But now that I have the oceans working now, can I do that here right now? No, I need to click my chunk tile, regenerate it. Now that I have my oceans working, as you can see, everything works. You got the ocean, the coast, sand, the edges. It's actually working as well. I got all of that stuff working, so it's in a good spot. So my goal, not my goal, I guess what I gotta think about is do I want to keep the ocean? And I worked on it, and I worked on it for like a week or 2 weeks, I guess, because the first week I didn't really touch it that much. So I started working, I added an additional week on top of that. And when I started working on this, I still said that I wasn't sure if I wanted it or not, but I wanted to add it just to see how it would look like. And it looks great. It looks great. There's some minor tweakings I need to do with the shader for of the water. Minor tweaks to the art for the edges as well. And that could be in the polishing stage, but as of right now, as functionality is in and it's working, I think that's my goal. And everything's working, as you can see. All that stuff is working, which is great. So the question here comes is, do I want to keep the ocean or not? I could create a Boolean flag on it and say, hey, don't render the ocean or whatever. Just render the regular land on top of it, like it was doing before. And then add a bound so a player cannot go too far away. Or I can keep the ocean and keep the ocean be the boundaries of where the player can be at. And with that, I can actually add additional fish here, which are sea that live in the sea, right? So that gives me extra option on top of that if I ever wanted to do that. And then if I did add the ocean, maybe towards the end, you're granted like a boat or something, and you can roam around and go to other islands around here, which is the direction that I feel like I want to go to. Or if you're watching this and you're seeing it if you guys any thoughts or feedback on that, feel free to let me know. I'd love to see what people are thinking about on the direction on that. I have a feeling like I can leave the ocean as being the boundaries, and then maybe towards the end of the game, after, or maybe through the game, as you're progressing through the game, you get rewarded a boat or pieces of a boat that you eventually have to put everything together, and then by the end of the game you already have the boat and you can traverse and go to other islands in here. I know at the beginning as well I mentioned that you could go underwater as well. I still don't know if I want to do that. You can like check out, go underwater and all of that, which I don't know if I want to do that yet. That adds additional work on top of everything, so but anyway, yeah, so that's still my thought process when it comes to the ocean. I think I really want to go heavily leaning on a direction and just leaving the ocean and leaving that as being the boundaries for now. It's one that looks cool. You have an ocean, it's not just like an empty, not visible wall they can go through, right? That kind of makes sense to me, but cool. I think that's how we're gonna leave it like that. That's cool. It does this stuff here too, huh? So I ended up doing how I'm doing with this, with the 15 towel direction when it comes to the cliffs. I mean, it does some cool stuff like that in here. But because I'm not using the other one, what was it called? The auto tiling or whatever? Because the auto tiling sometimes adds some additional, you know, whatchamacallit, the flow on the tiles looks actually pretty good. But this is not too bad. And do notice there's some, the back of it is kind of black. And that's because there's no tiles behind it. So what I can do is just let's go in here. Okay, so we're on the populate. We got the mountains. Let's undo the ocean. Collapse the ocean. Where do I handle the here? So once there's a cliff in there, I just continue, but actually just let it go forward. So you can render the bottom of it as well. So let's build that. I'll play Mario Galaxy again. Alright, so let's move the player so it can regenerate. Or just regenerates a new island, I guess. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see there's no like black behind it. You can actually see there would have been black in here. Yeah, so you can actually see that there's a background on here. One thing I would like to do is, I'm unsure about it, is that maybe I don't draw this bottom part and then I just let like grass grow. So that will be on top of this. So it looks like it's actually coming from the ground. This just looks like it's just a cliff right on top of the grass. I don't know if that looks good or not. I mean, in the polishing stage where I'm updating UI and all of that, art I mean, maybe I can draw some grass overlay on top of this. I think that will look fine. Let me look at the other side. But I love this, it's great. And here I have the other island over here. Yeah, all of this stuff would have been black. On the corners over there. Yeah. And it also would be fine if it's grass in here because it's coming from the ground as well, so it wouldn't look too bad either. And this can be actually a dungeon here. The door can actually fit in here. I think this could have been like a dungeon that goes underground. That's actually great. Alright, alright. Oh, we do have a bug here. Look at that. What happened here? Maybe it could be a ramp, right? Let that be a bug. Just because this could be a ramp. Actually, you have cliffs, but you cannot go on. You can never ever go on top because I never done like stairs or whatever. Like you go on top of cliffs. So right now there's no way of doing that, but this actually, hey, there's a way to do it here. Interesting, interesting. So that's something to look at later on. I could do this all day, just going through this, just roaming around just to see how things look. And this look great. Did that? Nah, it should be fine. Yeah, everything looks good. I don't know if the cliffs are just too much cliffs going on, or should I reduce it? I probably will have to look into that. And maybe reduce the amount of cliffs, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, let's get started working on adding the stuff back. Like the trees and all of that stuff. That's where I need to go next. So I know I don't need to go towards the ocean, mountain. Ooh, the one thing about mountains though is I don't know if there's gonna be trees on top of this. That's a good point. All right, hold on. Well, the previous code generation that I had, I commented it off. So I'll see all this stuff that's commented is what it was before. And I'm not using anymore, but the reason that I kept it was because I wanted to move the code over when it comes to drawing stuff. So like the underwater or the pond. Wait, did I do the pond already? I think I did do the underwater for the pond already. We got pond. Yeah. Pond is done. I don't need to worry about that. The pond is good. One thing I'm not doing, am I doing this? I need to add that in there for the fish. Yeah, I'm doing that too already. Oh yeah, pond is good already. I don't need to do anything with the pond. What I got to do is in here. This is where the land is at. You know, this is where everything else is rendered. Land, which is just grass and dirt for right now. For the time being. So what I need to do, I don't need to do ocean. That is completely different now. I got mountains over here. I don't need to do that. I got grass. This terrain type is grass. What is this doing? Tile cords. It's just telling me what tile coordinates I should use, I guess. And if it's dirt, here we go. We need this for the dirt. The mountain is greater in height, and it's not a mountain nearby. Actually, that's pretty. You know, let's create a boolean. If I am rendering mountain, set it to true. Where do I do that? Here. Yes, it is mountain tile. Set it to false. And in here we just set it to true in here. Is mountain tile equals true. Now we go back down here. We can check to see if I am the current tile that I am on. What was it called? Land current or something? Yeah, land current. If the current tile is tile type dirt, and just say if not mountain tile, So there's no mountain in this tile. Then we do this. Let's uncomment that. I don't need to check for this mountain part here anymore. I just need to do that. The grass chunk profile. That's noise. Let's see what this does. Let's build that bad boy. Ooh. I should see stuff in dirt now. So let's grab my player, move them around. Oh, I see some stuff coming. There you go. That's probably a little bit too much, but I just need to tweak it so it doesn't do that. But hey, there's stuff on dirt now, which is great. We got this. So I gotta tweak this area here because the mountain tile is on top, but because this is at the length of this is twice height. It's 2 tiles high, so it doesn't count this as a tile. So what I can do, I guess I do have to check for and see if I have to create like a function, say if this current tile is this, and I need to grab a tile data and see if this is a corner cliff, and if it is, check it, the height of it, and do that. So, but that's something I can do later on. Not too worried about it right now. Okay, that's one step closer. Let's see what else can we grab from down here. You know, I probably can delete it because I don't need it anymore. So this part is gone. I don't think I need to do this either, right? Because this is just telling me what coordinates to use and what to render, and I don't need that anymore. This is commented off for a mountain, so I don't even need that either. So we got tiles that are saved. That's a good point. So if there's any saved tile positions, I need to do that. Otherwise, then render everything else. Or what am I doing here? Oh, this is just rendered to trees. And then the grass, if we want to do some flowers or whatever, or any variations of grass on top of the grass. And then the rock profile. Great. Okay. So I basically need all of this stuff in here. I'm gonna need all of this stuff, including this. But the rest is gone. So after it renders this stuff in here, let's just render that stuff on top, the current tile. Undo all of this stuff in here. Then we check to see if I have any tile positions. We got terrain type, which is like before, it should be this. So line current is grass. Then we do everything that we were doing before, where, you know, we grab the tree profile, get the noise for the tree, and then do another noise check. I guess believe this one that tells me if I should render something on there or not. This tells me if I am within this bounds of the val, or that noise, and mod a val as well. So I could have that tree variations going on. I check to see if I have ever added a tree nearby, and if I did, don't do it. Or just avoid adding a tree here. I actually don't know if I should do continue here. I gotta make sure that this is the last thing, because if there's more code on the bottom, this will fail. It will not go through the bottom. That's a good point. It's better off to do this in a function or something. I got some cleaning to do. But if it's not an editor, I start creating the trees and all of that. If it is an editor, I just use the regular tile maps that I have, I believe, or the atlas chords. Yeah. And then we have this, if it's empty. Oh, okay. So this tells me if it's the tile is 15, which I can just use the atlas chords index. What is it called in here? This land atlas index. It just tells me if it's 15. No, not it's terrain type, it's land currents. So if the current tile that I'm at right now in the atlas index is the size of this -1, then I'm rendering the trees. Now we have open tiles. I guess I'm doing some more stuff with the open tiles here. I gotta check that out. Okie dokie. Excuse me. Where is this open tile thingamabob? Oh, there it is. It's outside the for loop stuff. So let's put it in here or something. But what do I do with it? Because I'm only setting it, but I'm not using it yet. I gotta find out where I'm using it. Where is it at? Here. So let's do that for right now. We got that. I see. Oh, open tiles are for NPCs. Okay, I'm not doing NPCs yet, so we'll just do one thing at a time. Just make sure everything else is working though. Got it. Okay. So let's leave that there. We are already rendering the trees, so let's save it. And that's, oops. And let's build it. Okie dokie. Might crash. Yep, I thought so. Every time I do something big, it decides to crash. And it's opening up. There we go. Cool. So let's grab my player. Let's. Oop, crashed again. Why did it crash this time? So let's try that one more time. If it crashes again, I'm gonna debug it. let's see if it crashes again. If it does, debugging it. Alright, okay, there we go. Alright. So let's go on top. There we go, we got trees. And this is the other thing that I was mentioning, that there's trees that are gonna go on top of the mountains. I gotta take care of that. Because this trees that go on top of the mountain should be in a different layer. So oh, that's great. Everything's populated all over again. Let's go. Alright, let's fix those trees in here so that it uses the correct tile coordinate. So when I'm rendering the trees, oh, this is rock. Is it doing rocks too? Yeah, we got some rocks in there too. Nice. Or where am I rendering these trees at? This renders different types of variations of grass. I don't need to go in there. Then reprofile. Okay, so we go through all of this. Render. So here we gotta check to see if it's a mountain tile. Then we render it on a different layer, so we can say the layers, current layers, this. Tree layer, we can set it to this for the time being. That's gonna be ground environment. Let's tile layers. If it's mountain, let's see what mountain should it be on. We got this. We got cliffs, and it should be cliff 2. So let's put them on cliff 2. We'll set that here, and we'll be on cliff 2. And then there. Oops. One thing I gotta think about is the ones that are not in-game engine, since I'm using that one is actually using nodes, and I think it should render them correctly. We'll have to test it out in-game. So we save that. Anything else that I need to do before I build it again? Everything is looking good. There's some oddities when it comes to that though, but not too crazy. We're almost back to where we're at. Let's go. So let's keep rendering. Let's see where we at here. Let's go. This is great. That one's very, very close, which I don't like. There's some minor things, but that should be okay. Oh, hello. We got one lonely little grass over here between the cliffs. No one touch it ever. Alright. Art is looking good. I'm liking it already. Alright, let's build it and you can test the trees on top of. Not that it matters. I don't think I should care about it anyway, because I will never ever see it in actual game. I'm only rendering that part of the trees, the tile trees, only for testing purposes and seeing if the trees are in that correct place. But as a player, you're never ever gonna see these trees because it's rendering the other trees instead. So I guess this is not really something I need to fix. But as you can see now, it's rendering correctly anyway. Now they're on top where it needs to be at. This one doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, it could be like on the edge, but maybe it needs some type of shadow or something. I don't know. It just looks very off right now. But I can add some logic into say, making sure it's not in the corner of a mountain. Let's not render stuff there, right? But other than that, this is starting to look good. Let's go. This is great. Yeah, this will avoid this part here. And avoid rendering and drawing on top of the edges of mountains. Awesome, awesome. Alright, let's go back into the code. I don't think I have this part here. If I ever do need to cancel generation at any time, for whatever reason, I need to add that in here. Do I add it to the topmost? Oh, this one was actually doing it inside of it. So this is rendering the mount, which is what this is doing. And right before I do the index stuff is where I cancel it. But I guess it's fine. Yeah. And it's fine because if it is, oh, but it doesn't set it to false inside. Because what if I'm rendering multiple chunks? It will only cancel it for the current chunk, but not the rest. What I can do, instead of doing this here, I just call return. Okay, never mind. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because I just call return, so it should be fine, I guess. Alright. I delete this. And delete all the index stuff. I am doing this already, so I don't need to worry about that. And what is this doing? Bool found. Found is continue. Found if I position on a farmland. What am I doing -5 on it? Oh, you know what? I think this was just I was testing it. I don't think I need this at all. Do you remember in a couple of live streams ago, I mentioned the edges of farms or the village areas? It was not transitioning correctly. And I think I was testing it. I never took it off. Okay. There's the corner types. I'm not doing this logic anymore. I keep track of cliff positions. I probably should keep track of them anyway, because I need to figure out a way to render the door. So we got this right here, right? So I'm checking to see if the left, the right, the bottom, the left bottom, and the right bottom are mountain tiles, and if so, we keep track and put the door there. And also I'll make sure that there's not multiple entrances in the same area. And if there are doors nearby, or there is not doors nearby, we're setting it to a 5 and 24 layer on cliff 21. Interesting. I think this was commented off. This is just to display any display values. I probably do want this actually. This is displaying elevation values for the cliffs? Guess not. Hold on, let's clean up some other areas. The pond is already doing this thing. Don't have to worry about that. The oceans, I'll probably redo it again because it's completely different now. I'm okay deleting it and restarting to, and let's see whatever happens later on. So now I got over to all of this stuff in here. And then it's figuring out the mountain part of this. What is the reasoning on keeping cliff positions? This is doing NPC stuff, which I don't care about right now. You got cliffs here, you got cliffs. Oh yeah, I'm not doing that set cells connect anymore. I'm happy about that. So you can delete that. Delete forever. Don't need you no more. So we're good there. And then we have NPC stuff in here. The mountains. Okay, so checking to see if the left and right are mountains. Okay, that's fine because the door entrances are 2 tiles long and 2 tiles high, I believe, if I remember that correctly. So I'm checking to see if the left tile and the right tile, including the center one, right? Because I'm not checking for that. Yeah, so I'm current the current tile, this mountain. I'm checking the left of that, a mountain, and the right of it to see if it's mountain. See how that goes. Hey Mia, welcome to the stream. I'm doing great, and yourself? How are you doing? I'm checking to see 3 tiles long. Why is it 3 tiles though? So left and right. I make sure there's no bottom tile. Probably can use this Godot draw real quick. Let's use this Godot draw real quick. What was it called? This Godot draw or something? Just so I can see. Alright, so let's start seeing it visually because I'm doing it in my head. I'm getting lost a little bit. And good to hear, Mia. Good to hear. So right now I'm trying to figure out some for cliffs for the game that I have right now. I need certain areas where I need to add the dungeon entrances on. And that is what I'm working on right now. So in this case in here, I'm checking to see if my current tile is a mountain. Right? Let's see, where's it at? So right here, this if statement right here. Checking to see if my current tile is a mountain. And if so, we go inside this if statement. And then we check its neighbors and see if they're mountains. So I'll keep the brown one as the current tile. I keep orange as its. Well, actually, that changes. Keep the neighbors. I can change these colors, huh? There we go. Check the left tile here. That is a mountain. And I'm checking to see if the right one is a mountain as well. Right. And now I'm gonna leave. Oops, I did not mean to do that on that tile. Let's just redraw it again. And then we check to see the bottom tile is not a mountain. So this one here is not a mountain. The left bottom index is not a mountain. And the right is not a mountain. Why did I do this? Trying to figure out why I did this before. We're checking to see if these are mountains and the bottom tiles are not mountains. Okay. I see that. So if I go back and actually go to the editor, we're checking to see. So if we were on the top, we will see that these are mountain tiles, but it does have mountain on the bottom left, bottom right, and the bottom. There are mountains. That means that this is blocked off, right? Because it's in the top. So what we're doing right now is we check to see if there's the current tiles here. Mountains are tiles and the bottom is not. And that means this is in the bottom. And then we can find out to see if we can put a dungeon entrance there or not. That's what I'm doing right there. Okay, that works. Now I just don't know why I'm doing 3. How big is the dungeon entrance? Let me go to the tile set real quick. Yeah, it's just is that. I think there's 3 tiles. No, it's 2 tiles high. 2 tiles high, and yeah, it's 2 by 4. 2 by 2 of that tile. So why is it 3? Maybe because I want to render in the center. But this fits here though. So if I go to cliff 1, cliff 2, click on that, I could put that there. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I can put it in the center. That's why I need it. That makes sense. That's why I need 3. So we got tile here, mountain tile, mountain tile, mountain tile, and the bottom left, bottom right are not mountain tiles. So we put one there. Okay, that works. We could do something similar to that. We're keeping track of door locations. The door position. Let's see. Is the current tile +1 because I want to put it down. So the current tile +1 in the bottom. So that's below here. And then I'm iterating through the previous door positions and making sure that there's no door entrances nearby, because I don't want to have another door entrance nearby, like next to it or something. Okay, that works. I needed to draw that just to see it. Let's get this real quick. Let's copy that. And let's go into the mountain section, which is here. I can delete that. I don't care about that right now. Alright, so let's uncomment all of that. Oh, I build it? No, don't build it. Alright, so check left, right is mountain, so it's not in here. I believe, what did I call that? Do I even have a tile type for it? I don't think I do. Okay, so what we gotta do instead, let me see how I'm doing it before. Mountain currents. Okay, so we have mountain tiles, but these are booleans. Okay, so that's different then. So let's change this to be mountain tiles. Right? So we check, since they're booleans already, So we check to see if there's a mountain tile here on the right. We check to see if there's a mountain on the right, and then we check that these other ones are not mountain tiles. No mountain tiles in here. So, and if so, we do all this stuff that we were doing before. It keeps track of it, and we just draw the positions in there. Oh, I see. Got it. But I do have the door entries here. Okay, I see. I do need this. So I'm gonna just uncomment this in here and just leave it here for now. Because this will draw the actual trigger boxes on top of the dungeon entrances. So this is what this is doing. Okay, just put it drawing a spawn trigger box on dungeon entrances. Cool. Other than that, I don't need this anymore. For the mountains, that is done. And then we're doing the NPC logic, spawning the NPCs, right? So I don't need this other stuff in here. Cool. The only thing that's left over is the NPC spawner, and other previous logic is gone. So let's test this one out. Let's build it. Let's build this bad boy. Cool. It's done. And will it crash? Nope. Go with that. And let's see if it draws any dungeon entrances with this. Oh yeah, there we go. Got a dungeon entrance here. Another one over here. It's probably maybe too close. Oh wow, we got a dungeon entrance in here too. That's great. But then again, you can never enter here, so. There's some cases I need to check. That's great. Dungeon entrance where you cannot get inside of it or enter at all. That's crazy. But yeah, we got some dungeon entrances now. There's a couple checks that we need to do, but other than that, it's working. We got one over here. That's great. Now, how would I test this case here? One, I need to make sure there's not multiple entrances in the same place. Or maybe not this close. So I may have to increase that a little bit. And then how would I test this case here? So it doesn't draw one or spawn a tree. It would have been great if they. And this work? I don't think it can. Is that 3 tiles there? No, it's 2. I wouldn't have spawned it there. But it will fit though. Hold on, let me check. Let's go to cliff. I believe it should. Oh yeah, I can't because it's not centered. Unless I kind of like offset it a little bit, so it could be in the center or something, or create another one that is in a different origin or something. It could possibly fit there. But anyways, how would I check this? So it's tiled. I can check and can I go even further down and check to see if there's a tile mountain here? It's weird that this didn't count as a mountain, because there's a mountain tower here. Right, so this checked as a mountain, but there's a mountain down here. I think at the time that this was working on, I don't know, it's very strange. We have some patches in here, which is weird. How can I test this tile and see if there's a mountain? Because there should have been a mountain tower here. And this one too shouldn't have not spawned it here. Alright, so we check left and right, make sure there's a mountain. But that's only if the current tile is mountain as well. That's actually true though. I don't really check to see if the current one is mountain. I only check to see if any of these are either the current tile or the right bottom and bottom right are tiles. I never check to see if the current is tile. Maybe I need to check for that. So I gotta check to see if the current is a tile. Because if I'm not checking current, then I'm checking to see if the right is a tile and the left is a tile and the right is a tile, which the condition makes sense in that sense. I don't know about this though. It doesn't make sense in here. Let's add it and see what will happen. I'll build it and see how that goes. Alright. If it doesn't crash, we'll test it. And it did. It did crash. It's still loading up. There we go. Alright. So let's test this bad boy out real quick. No, it's still here. That's so strange. How does that work? That's cool. How does this ended up working? Maybe I can print out the logs for the tile in here. Let's do that. Let's output the tile. That's so strange because I gotta check to see if this current, if the left one is a mountain and the right one is a mountain, but the bottom one, left bottom and bottom right are not. Alright, let's test it out. We'll see how that looks like. This mountain. String. And what I'm doing is just passing the current tile as an int. And then we draw. Did I keep any of that draw function? Because then I'm gonna have to look for it again. Boo. I should have kept it. I didn't keep one of them, did I? Alright. Hold on, let's open my... Open my GitHub and just copy that. I don't wanna... Let's go. I don't think I have it though, actually. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Found one. I found one. All right. Instead of float, let's just do string. And use this one here. Cool. So let's render that. Please don't crash. There we go. All right, so let's grab my player, move them around so I can regenerate the area. Yeah, you got a bunch of ones. Oh, this is 0. Interesting. You got some corners there with 0. This is such a cool area here. Look at that. There's water in here, and it's like going inside. That's actually pretty cool. Getting distracted. Getting distracted here. Hold on. There's some areas that's kind of weird. Like, why is this not a mountain tile? Maybe that's why when it generate. Okay, I see. Then should I change the current tile to be that? Because these are corner tiles. And the way that my procedure works is that, hey, detected one here, and one here. These 3. So it changes this tile to be a connection, the corner connection of it. And for this one, the same thing. There's a tile here, but no tile, but there's a corner one. They decided to be a corner tile here. Interesting. At least that's what I'm looking at right now. We have this huge one over here. We ended up choosing this one, but there's no tile here. I wonder how. So in this sense, it makes sense in here to draw it because the right one is not a tile, and this one's not a tile. So I gotta check to see if it's a corner tile. The only way to do that is to check this check this. If this is one, this is one, but the one in the bottom is 0, consider it to be 1. Would that mess up anything that I'm doing if I set it to 1? Because then I'm about to go further and check to see if this is a 1. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to check one further away and say, hey, if this is 0 but there's a 1 next to it, then that means this might be a corner tile. I think so. Let's see, it would be hard to get an additional check fronts. I'm gonna check the bottom right. Let me see, just get the bottom right by doing this. Bottom. Yeah, I guess so. We can do an additional one here. Say bottom right ID index. And instead of +1 here, it'd be a +2 to add an additional that. And what did we say? Is check to see if the bottom right is 0. And we can also check to see if the right is a 1. That makes sense. If the bottom right is true, then don't render it because there is a tile there. So if this is 0, but this is a 1, I don't want to go through here. I probably want to say no to this entire thing. Because right now this is 0. Let's say we were checking this right now. The bottom right index. Let's move it up a little higher so we can test that out. Making sure what I'm thinking of is correct. So now we're checking this tile here, which is the bottom right. So if that is 0, which is I'm doing here, right? It's not 0. Or we can check to see if it is 0, right? If it is 0, no, it has to be not. Either I do that or we say if equals 0 and the right tile is a 1, then this means that this is true, but I don't want to draw it in that corner because it's a corner tile. Yeah, so see how that looks like. I don't know if it will work correctly, but kind of makes sense, I guess. Let's build that bad boy once again. And crashed as usual. Cool. Yeah, crash again. There's some checks I need to do right now. Every time I'm messing with the editor, it sometimes just crashes sometimes. There we go. Yeah. So let's find a mountain here. There we got a mountain here, but it's not doing what I was doing here. It's still drawing the dungeons in here, which is fine. Now we gotta check to see if it's drawing it in corners that I don't want it to draw it in. We got some mountains. They didn't draw one in here though. Or in here. I don't know if it's supposed to. Maybe it decided not to draw it in there. Which is fine. Mountains on top. I need to find an area where it's actually looped and closed off. Like it was doing in the other one. I haven't found one like that yet. I haven't found a closed loop at all yet. That's what I'm trying to find right now. I need a closed loop. Alright. Figure out where's Waldo at, right? But where's that loop dungeon at? There's those moments where you're trying to find something, but you don't find it. But when you don't find, when you're not looking for it, you see it everywhere. And that is where I'm at right now. I don't see any closed off loops in here at all. Imagine that. Fixed. I'm gonna call it fixed. Fixed until I see it. I mean, technically this works. I mean, this is currently okay. But the problem is that there's no way to enter to this dungeon ever. Aye. Yeah, because I don't do this check yet. So it's, yeah, that's a dungeon entrance in here. But we gotta make sure that there's a way to this dungeon. So that means I'm gonna have to like check everywhere and making sure there's an exit where, and I don't know if I want to do that. So that's an additional, that's something different, not what I was looking for right now, but it is something that I need to look into and figure out what's a good solution for this part where you got a dungeon but there's no entrance to go to it. I guess it's kind of similar to the one that I'm looking for right now, right? But right now what I want to do is see if what I did fixed it or not. But I haven't found the one yet. I haven't found a closed loop yet. Where are my closed loops at? It's like they're gone. I just want to know if I did fix it or not. Look at this one. I gotta add a bigger distance to what I'm doing. That's crazy. They got 4 dungeons in this little tiny area here. 4 dungeon entrances. Yeah, I haven't found one. Like, before it would have rendered one right here. And this is the type of thing that I'm looking for. Kinda. I don't know if I can still go through there or not. But given that how rare it's gonna be, because I haven't seen one at all, I'm wondering if I should just wait and see if I can see it later on and consider it to be fixed, I guess, for the time being, because I'm not seeing it. That's a wicked dungeon here. It's crazy. It's cool though. Yeah, I have not seen one bit. So I'm gonna consider it to be done? Possibly? I think I'm back where I was at earlier. Yeah, I think I'm back where I was at. I wanted to find that other one again. Yeah, I'm not consider it done because I have not seen it one at all right now. That's crazy. Crazy, I have not seen it. That little instance. I was seeing it earlier often and now I don't see it. So kind of crazy. I'm not seeing it anymore. So there's instances like this where it could have like if this is a valid area for a dungeon entrance to be at, but what if all of this stuff was closed off, right? What if all of this stuff was closed off? Technically it's a valid area, but there's no way to enter it. So I gotta figure out a good solution for this thing. If we got a connection here, hypothetically, and we got a dungeon entrance there, but there's no way to enter it. And should I fix it? Should I just leave it? Or players be curious? I'll be like, how do I get in there? How do I get in there? I don't know. I think that's just kind of like not a good thing to do. Kind of like fake. Yeah, something to think about later on and see how that works. Because the only thing I can think of is I have to iterate through all of this, or maybe do some type of pathfinding outside, like far away, where it's just the grass, and see if we can actually pathfind to there. And if we can't, then that means it's not a valid entrance. Like I will pathfind from here to there and see if we can actually go there, and if we can't, then that means it's not valid. But then how do we select this position though? You know? Just thoughts right now. Oh, I'm on the other side of the water now. Yeah, like I haven't found that ballot area that I'm looking for. So that's strange. Either I'm not seeing it anymore because it's fixed, or I haven't seen that instance. So I'm gonna consider it fixed for now, unless I see it. Yeah, it was kind of similar to this, right? Kinda. But there's... Honestly, I think it would have rendered one here. I believe so. Maybe not. One's 0. Yeah, maybe not. Alright. Well, I guess for now I'm gonna call it fixed for now. I'll turn this off for right now. I'm gonna leave it here in case I need this call. Anything else I need to look into besides the unreachable dungeon entrances? Unreachable. Another thing I like to look into is just making sure we don't draw this stuff near the edges of the dungeons, because you get instances like this where it's like right on top of it. I mean, I guess this one's okay. I mean, this one's just not really okay. And the reason for that is because this one is on top of the dungeons, on top of the cliffs, so this needs to be pushed in a little bit more inside, so the layer index is a little bit higher. And I guess it doesn't really matter for trees because they're actual nodes when they're in game. So sure, do I need to fix it though? That's a question. You know what? Let's play the game real quick. I haven't even tried it since I started doing the dungeon generation, the reworking it. So I don't even know where I'll be spawning in right now. I might be spawning in an ocean or something. So let's play it and let's see where we spawn at. Let's see where we spawn at. Alright, well, kind of scared of where we can spawn at right now. Might be in the water right now. Or no. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Oops. Because there's 2 players there now. I need to delete this player because I don't need it right now. And then let's run it. Alright. I knew I was gonna spawn in the ocean. So now we have this tile that we did before. A couple streams ago that we created this tile when we were testing it. But now that we changed the dungeon generation, we are in the water now. That's fun. I'm assuming my village is here too. Yep. That's fun. That's hilarious. So technically I can grow stuff in here now. And there's footsteps in the water. I mean, you would never ever be walking in the water. But since there's no logic for it right now, we're walking into water. Or running, I should say. Alright. Oh, look at that. That's so strange. They didn't render this site correctly. That's why. But that's one thing. It's actually pretty cool. It's covering the dungeon entrance in here with those grass. I should probably have dungeon entrances like that where it's kind of hidden. And if we do find them, we find some cool stuff inside. Ooh, what is happening here? Am I not clearing something up? Oh, it's spawning a bunch of logs here. What is this logs? That's making my game lag right now. Get child index 28. Out of bounds stuff. Interesting. Can I know where this is happening? And it does not, which is great. Super helpful. Yeah, that's super helpful. Alright, let's pause it real quick. Let's see. What does this mean? Index. Index 45 is out of bounds. Dash cache size, internal shell, fund count cache. Okay, which is okay, but I just need to know where is it happening. And that's my problem right now. Might be that issue that I was thinking of right now. I don't know if it's the same thing. Well, someone got the same error as I did. Look at that. Yeah, so I was working on again when I suddenly got this error, blah 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 blah. Yeah, at least you got inventory GD 44. At least it tells you where. Or mine doesn't tell me. Clicking on it doesn't show me anything. Blah blah blah. Is a way to fix it. You're looping over the wrong number. You can get the last note. You can't get the last note. It should be. You post your image. It's difficult to say blah blah blah. Okay, so kind of my bad. Clicking on it does show me where the error is coming from. I just wasn't doing it correctly. Just figured that out. It points me towards this for loop that I have, but I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, one, you're iterating +1 on a child, which you shouldn't. Because you're going outside the bounds for that, right? Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. Ah, yeah, that's this bad. So Okay, that was an easy error fix for him, but for me, it's a different situation because it doesn't tell me where the problem is. Fun. It's just fun working on C++ right now, but it does say C++ source. I just don't know where in the C++ it is at. I do have certain ideas, but let's try to see if I can fix it. So one thing I didn't know about this is that when iterating through, let's see, where's that? The indexes in here. Sometimes I'm doing minus and doing plus. It may be looping out of bounds and checking for this vector I have in here, but I don't know if it will create that error though. I don't know if it will create that error. The current index will never ever go out of bounds. If I ever am checking the left or right, and if that is out of bounds, so let's do that. If left index is less than 0, I don't know why. I can just I was gonna do a clamp here. So I clamp the left index. The min, I can just put both current index. A min and max in here. I'm fine with whatever. So if it's less than 0 at any time, then just choose the current index. Or, oh no wait, I can't clamp it here. It has to be 0. My bad. So if ever it's less than 0, then set it to 0. Otherwise, if it's greater, and I shouldn't be current index in here. Yeah, I think it'll be easier to just call it if statement here. Maybe I can change it later. My thought process was just to do this. If it's less than 0, no, but I have world size. Maybe I can check for world size instead. Left index. And this index under maybe I did do, maybe the clamp will be better. How do I check to see, oops, what do I check greater of? It has to be world size, right? Yeah, I guess so, that works. Zero and world size. We just clamp that. You gotta do it for all of them. Same thing for the right. But the right is mostly focused if it's yeah, because the left will never ever reach this side because I'm checking the left side, right? The right side is the one that I need to check for if it goes greater than a certain distance. So if I check the right, it will never ever be close to 0 because that's if current index is at 0, the minimum of the right index will be 1. But it can go out of bounds on the other direction, the size of the array. Actually, I don't. That's somewhat confusing. Should it be total size? I think it should be total size. I need to find a good index iteration for that. Now we gotta do the same thing for the top, which is similar to what the left index is at. And then we have the bottom. I don't know why I checked this. That. All right, we got. Oops. We got the left index here, and then we got the bottom right index in here. So that's 6. The current index I don't really care about. So we got 3, 3. Okay. I was unsure if this has to be a 30. So let's see, scatter draw real quick. Where did scatter draw go? Did I delete it? Oh, it's right here. Alright, so let's delete all of this stuff in here. So we have got this, right? Where so going from this direction, it's gonna be is 30. Oops. And then going down is 30 as well. So this is a 30 by 30 tile. Right? That means that the one that's in this corner here, this tile in this corner, there's a 30 by 30, which is 900. This is the 900 tile index. The one in this corner over here, oops, this should be the other way. Oops. The one in this top leftmost corner is 30. And then it iterates again, and the next tile over will be 60, right? So is it 30 is world size? Is it world tile size? I should say. I call it world size, but it's the tile size for a chunk. We got 30, 60, 90. So what we can do the y. The y times tile size. Y plus 1, I should say. Y plus 1 times the world size. And if it goes over that index, maybe. What would be the right iterations for this? Because it can't be 30 for everything. But I do have a right index, which ends up being in the bottom direction though, so I think I'll leave it as total size. Total size right now is 30 by 30, which is 900. So if it ever goes beyond that, maybe it should be 30 by 30 minus 1. Because you don't want to go to the 900 index, because there's no 900 index. That's 899 index. So let's just leave it like that for now. I feel like this is not the correct way of doing it though, but I don't know. Am I doing any other checks here for auto balance? We got one. We got these. As long as it's using the same indexes, it should be fine. Now I'm not creating additional indexes in here anywhere. I think I am doing it, which is here. So let's just grab that. Where's my... I did create an additional what we were doing earlier with the cliffs, the corner cliff. And just make sure this one doesn't go out of bounds. Alright, let's test it out. I don't know if it'll be correct or not. That means the edges of the maps will not be correct. Or edges of the... Of the chunks will not be correct, but let's see what's up. Done. Alright. 14,000 error messages there. It's crazy. Alright. I don't have the player here anymore, so let's put him back in here. Player. Sure, that's fine, I guess. As long as you know where to find a player. That's 8-star stuff, which is fine. But I shouldn't be calling it though, if it's an editor. So Eden Town map 52. Ads. So yeah, I gotta check for that. So we got, yeah, this is what I thought was gonna happen. It creates this stuff in here which shouldn't. Same thing here. So yeah, that's definitely not gonna work out. That's a good way to do that. That's something I gotta think about later on. I'll be giving it a little bit more of a thought later on. So let's delete that. We'll find a better solution for that. But I don't know if that error is coming from here though. That's the question. Alright, well, let's see if we can do some cleanup. Some final cleanups in here in the meantime. We got this, but this is for NPCs. I probably need to do some more cleanup in here and change this up a little bit so it's not that confusing. Strip away some stuff as well, because this, look at this file, it's almost, how long is this file? 2600 line file, which is crazy. There's some things I can clean up, remove it from here. I got some logs in here that I don't really need. I'm not using threads anymore. Also, I kept these because I thought I was going to use it later on, but I don't think it's happening anymore because the game is running okay. So let's delete that and delete this and move this forward. There we go. Yeah, and some classes I can change. That's almost like 300 300 lines of code right here that I can change to its own class. But yeah, other than that, initialize non-walkable points. Where was the areas where we were seeing? We set not walkable points, but this is for if I'm not using editor. So I gotta figure out where I was calling that. Oh, for the rock tiles? Yeah, that's true. But I thought why do I have to check here? Should I do it in the editor? Eden tile map. Script. Yeah, I already checked to see if it's in. If I'm an editor, then you just return. So why is it still giving me this error here? At solid points. So somebody's calling this. And C++, where is this being called at? Ah, here we go. This is where it's rendering the scene. That's one area. I see, okay. Yeah, we should do it there too. Editor. So we should do that there. Because this is not initialized until the actual you're in the game, so okay. Cool. Let's save that. So this error should be gone. Alright, so if I were to close that and then try it again, yeah, no more error anymore. No more error. Alright, so let's build it again. Inside, remove those indexes. Trying to think about the solution for that. Out of bounds. I don't know if it's happening there anyway, and if it's not happening there, where exactly is it happening in? Something to deal with later on. Cool. Oh, so that's gone. Ooh. I mean, technically, is that valid? Because a player will not be able to pass back here, or maybe he can, depending how strict I have the balance of the collision boxes in here. You can probably go in here and then be able to enter there. Depends how strict I want the bounds to be. So I may not even have any collision bounds on top, but it will have collision boxes on these ones here. So as most you can get, if I do that, it'll be down here. then it should be fine when it comes on top of here. So that means I'm able to go in here just fine, maybe. Ah, there we go. So it is still happening. I think this is the check that I was doing. Oh, got a little slight headache right here. Okay. Little headache right now just happened. Okay. I think this is what I was thinking about. I was looking for before. I don't remember if this condition will be okay or not. Technically it's not. There's no way to enter this at all. I think if I ever do create that logic where if this entrance is reachable or not, this will get fixed. If I ever do add it. Another thing I would like to add actually. What is this distance check between door entrances? What is the distance check that I have for them? Let's close on the ocean. Let me do here distance check. What is the distance check between each? It's 3. Well, that's just not that far. I'm doing square distancing here. Door locations are being set as tile position offsets. So that means this is like 3 tiles. The 3 tiles? Yeah. Maybe I should have more. Let's make it 6 tiles. So let's build that again and see how that looks like. I got like multiple entrances, which like this, it has 3. That's crazy. And it crashed as usual. As usual. Alrighty. How do I have the player here still? Yeah, it's still here. Oh, let's make the tile get the editor, and then we can see. Okay, we got some dungeons behind the tree. That's actually a pretty cool thing to do, to put dungeons behind trees, and maybe it'll have special stuff in it if we ever to find that dungeon by accident. But anyway. They got one here. There's not as much entrances anymore. We do have a couple though. I got one here, which is fine. Yeah, this looks fine. We still get these. Like, there's no way to enter this at all. But other than that, I think that looks good. I'm just tweaking that value. I think it would be a pretty good thing to have. And this one doesn't have 1 at all. That's crazy. But should it? Should they all have 1 at least? Like, Should every chunk of cliffs have one entrance or not? That is the question. Another one over here. If I had, like I said before, if I don't have any collision checks on this, I think I will be able to enter here just fine. No problem. That's actually pretty cool. Other than that, I know this is looking great. This is looking great. Alright then guys, I think I'm gonna call it. This is almost time. It is almost time. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Or if you're watching this in the future, appreciate you guys for watching the video. We did a lot of good stuff here today. We basically back to where we were at before, but with better generation. Mountains are working. We're not using set cells connect anymore. And the oceans are looking great too. It's just minor tweaks that I need to do with the shader to make it be in a good spot. Tweaking some of the edges or where the trees should spawn in the edges of the mountains, but other than that, we're doing good stuff right now. And I'm very excited to be able to see all this stuff. It's awesome. Another thing maybe is tweaking maybe what stuff can be on the sand. I know I do have a palm tree, but I don't like the way that it looks. Where is that palm tree at? So if I ever decided to put a palm tree, whatever, I do have one, but I don't know if I like it enough to be in there. Actually, it shouldn't be. It should be an ground environment. So, right. Question is, do I like that? As I'm traversing through all of this stuff, but other than that, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Progressing here today. Let's go. But anyways, yeah. Hope you guys have a great day and a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Signing out, guys.